First, I will tell overview of this slide. First, I will discuss about the purpose of the essay paper. Second, I will discuss what sources can we refer to. Third thing is how can we prepare basic notes regarding essay paper. And fourth thing is what should be the approach of brainstorming any essay topics. And fifth, I will discuss one example through which I can convey my brainstorming technique. Now coming to the next part. So what is the purpose of the essay paper? In the essay syllabus, UPSC has written that they will be expected to keep closely to the subject of the essay, to arrange their ideas in orderly fashion, and to write concisely. See, to arrange their ideas in orderly fashion is very important. Second thing is to write concisely. I mean, how well can you present your information as well as ideas in concise manner? And third thing is credit will be given for effective and exact expression. This means that if you write some concise version of any sentences, then definitely it will be a good expression. Further, if you write some quotes, good sentences of good authors, then those are effective and exact expression, and if you can implement those in your essays, certainly it will help you in scoring good marks. However, after interacting with many aspirants as well as my peer as well as my friends and teachers, I have realized that what UPSC wants to check from essay paper is how well you can make a layman person understand a topic in very lucid and coherent manner. Lucid and coherent. What does this mean? Lucid means statement should be very simple. Simple. Not too hi-fi sentences, because at the end of the day, they are not going to test whether you write good English or not. They want to check whether you will be able to make a simple person understand any topic in very simple manner or not, because at the end you have to, as an IAS officer, you have to interact with a lot of people, very simple people, and only if you can communicate with those people in simple language as well as coherent manner, then only you are going to work as a leader as well as a servant of the people. Further, coherent manner. This means you have to arrange your ideas in very simple as well as orderly fashion. Orderly fashion means that you are not jumping from some place to some other place. You are telling in a very simple manner that what is this, then why is this thing. I will take one example through which I will try to make you understand. But if I have to just give one simple example regarding what is orderly fashion, suppose there is an essay that simplicity is ultimate sophistication. Now, here, what will be the orderly fashion? Where I will discuss what is simplicity, then what is sophistication, then why simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, then importance of simplicity, then we can discuss that how it manifest. I mean, simplicity manifest in different dimensions. For example, in economy, polity. So, and further, what should be the way forward? So, this is sort of orderly fashion where you are going through a topic in a very coherent manner. So, this is the entire idea of essay paper, where they want to check whether are you able to structure your content, are you able to uh, organize your knowledge as well as information in coherent manner or not, and address the requirement of any essay topics. Now we will discuss about the sources. So I refer to Dr. Avdesh sir's books. It's Mastering Essay and Answer Writing. It's a really good book through which you can understand the idea of brainstorming. It will also help you in answer writing in GS. I also refer to Anudeep Durisetti sir's blog. It will also help you in brainstorming as well as how to prepare notes in essay topics. Also, his blog helped me in introduction and conclusion part. And for practice, I would suggest you to just refer to UPSC previous year questions. Nothing else is required here. Other sources that I would suggest you that read Dr. Amartya Sen's book, especially The Argumentative Indian and India and Its Contradiction and Uncertain Glory. These two books are really helpful in your essay preparation, as well as these books are helpful in GS 1, 2, 3 and 4 as well. Hence, please read this book. It will definitely enhance your essay writing technique. Further, I will also be taking some special classes on this platform, which will be completely free. Now I will come to this section, making notes in essay. So in essay, generally two types of topics are asked. Broad topics. First is general studies based topics, and second is philosophical essay topics. So what I did in general studies, there are broad dimensions like they ask either in education or healthcare or gender empowerment or related to technology, economic development, agriculture, further international relations. So what I did, I made a very small notes on each of the topics like for in education, I wrote some anecdotes. India's condition in education, some data, and conclusion. Like what should be the way forward for education, further government programs. So in this way you can prepare in education, healthcare and all those topics mentioned. Further, you can refer to Murnal sir's categorization of essay topics through which you can prepare notes. Now coming to the philosophical essay part. Generally, aspirants find this topic difficult, but I believe that if we can understand the philosophical topic, then we have entire freedom to explore any dimension we want. For example, we talked about simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Now, if we understand that yes, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, then you can explore simplicity as well as sophistication in different dimension, be it economy, polity, society. For example, in economy, we are talking about ease of doing business. Before LPG reforms of 1991, there were too much complexity in the system. That's why our economy was not performing well. However, after the reforms of 1991 of LPG, our system became little bit simpler, and now we are talking of ease of doing business, which is again basically saying that how we can simplify economic climate in our country, through which we can attain sophistication and ensure economic development in our country. So basically what I want to say in philosophical essay, that if you can understand the topic, then it will give you an entire gamut of freedom to explore any dimension. So in making notes of philosophical essay, what I did, that I first made ethics based notes, whatever I read in ethics, all the examples, quotes and theory. So such kind of things I included in my notes. Further, examples, poems, I also included various kind of examples and poems. I used to write either Gitanjali poem of Rabindranath Tagore, or there is a poem, in fact there is a slok in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So such kind of thing like Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amridam Gamaya, इस type से you can write several good poems, and you can always, either in introduction or in conclusion or even in body part also, you can put 1 2 lines of poems, and through which you can explain your argument. Further, I also did one thing, that I wrote several moral stories, so that I can introduce such kind of moral stories in my introduction, or we can introduce in body parts also. Further, some books like Small is Beautiful, Sapiens. So it's like 4 to 5 books I chose, and from Goodreads.com, there is a website called Goodreads. What I did, I collected various quotes of this book, which I directly used in the exam. So that's how I made philosophical essays notes. Now I have put some examples of my notes, and I will also be posting my link of essay notes so that you can access it. So there is one thing, what are the moral consideration in physician assisted deaths? So through this article, I can always use wherever any ethics related, philosophical related essay topic comes, I can, I will always have the option to use such kind of ethical argument. Further, there is a moral story, that the goose that laid the golden egg. We can always use this in greediness, that how it destroys us, and wherever you find interesting. Like in environmental essay, we can write that how we have exploited the nature which laid the golden egg, but because of our greediness, we have been exploiting the nature, and we are doing so much commercialization. So it's like the goose that laid the golden egg is now being cut. So further, there is a philosophy of George Carlin, that how there is a paradox of our time in history, that we have taller buildings but shorter tempers. I literally used this entire expression in my essay topic. There was an essay topic, that there can't be social justice without economic development. However, economic development without social justice is meaningless. So basically, this portion, that economic development without social justice is meaningless, I literally use this entire expression, that how we drink too much, smoke too much, spend too recklessly, but we have stopped laughing with other people, we have stopped sharing joy with other people, how we have multiplied our position but reduced our values. So this is what I want to say, that we have done so many economic development, but social justice is still seldom we can see in our society. So this is how I use the philosophy of George Carlin in this essay. Hence, I would suggest you that collect this kind of things, this kind of moral stories, good quotes, as well as expression, so that you can directly use those in your essays. That will ensure that you write exact and effective expression. Further, I wrote the bystander effect in a civil society, basically the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So basically, good Samaritan, we can use such kind of examples in many places. Further, human rights and natural law, I wrote so many different types of quotes in this topic, that is human rights and natural law. UPSC has also asked a question related to human rights and natural law. Further, I wrote Tagore's poem, where the mind is without fear. Literally, I would say you that in almost any essay, I used to conclude through one to two statement of this poem, because this poem can be used literally anywhere. If there is a question essay topic of education, you can certainly use where knowledge is free, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Further, if there is any question of discrimination or communalization, there we can read right where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Further, if there is a question of how our customs as well as uh, traditions has basically caused so many social discrimination in society, for example caste system as well as sati system, so where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. So if you remember such kind of poem, like 3 to 4 poems, you can use those sentences anywhere, be it in the body, introduction as well as conclusion, which will definitely enhance the aesthetics of your essays as well as your concept also. Now I will come to this part, brainstorming. How we do brainstorming. So my idea after reading Avdesh Singh sir's blog as well as his book as well as Duri Sethi sir's blog, that we have to ask many questions in any topic. Further, like what, how, what, why, how, which, when. So such kind of question when you ask from yourself, you can definitely find answer, and that answer, if properly organized, can turn out into a good essay. Now after asking those questions, try to answer those questions in different dimensions, which I will explain through an example. Then I used to make a structure that there will be an introduction, there will be conclusion, and in mid there will be body, through which I will explain all the questions that I have asked in my brainstorming. Then I used to take another section about examples, and I used to think what are the various examples that I can use, be it individual person's example or any country's example, whatever you can think. You write those examples in example section, and then I used to make another section for quotes. Like what are the different codes that I can put in this essay, as well as different kinds of theory. For example, we have deontological theory in ethics. So this theory can be used in many places, or there is normative theory. So such kind of ethical theory can certainly be used in your essay to basically enhance the power of your argument. Further, I also used to write one section for story. Like, can I include any moral story in this essay topic? Now coming to the practice, I would say that just practice from your previous year questions. Previous year questions are enough. For evaluation, either your friends or teachers, or self evaluation. I think you can improve a lot through self evaluation. If you read your essay by yourself, I mean after 15 days. So what will happen? Then you can see your essay from very different angle. Then you will be able to understand that whether coherency is lacking or not, whether I could have included other examples or introduction as well as conclusion. So in this way you can self-evaluate also. But for self-evaluation, I would suggest you to definitely see toppers copies. In fact, for preparation as well as sources, I would suggest you to refer to Topper's copies. This is very important source. Now I will discuss one example. That's the in 2019 attempt they had asked, biased media is a real threat to Indian democracy. So how will I brainstorm this thing? As I said, I will ask different questions. So what I asked, what is media? What is biased media? What is democracy and Indian democracy? Then how media is biased in India? Then how biased media is a real threat to Indian democracy? Then why media is biased? Further, necessity of a neutral media, and then how can we ensure neutrality of media? And then I wanted to conclude it through a Tagore's poem Gitanjali, where I would have written, where the mind is without fear and where knowledge is free. So this is the way I used to brainstorm by asking different questions. Now in the next slide I will show that I wrote one section for introduction. That actually I had read Amar Sen sir's book regarding India and its contradiction, as well as the argumentative Indian, where I found this, that famine in the British colonialism, post-independence India, China. Basically, I wanted to discuss that how during the time of British colonialism there was too many famines. In fact, the British colonialism started with the Great Famine of 1773 and it ended with the Great Famine of 1943. And then in post-independence India, we did not face any large scale famine problem. And then I also compared it with China's cultural revolution. And these entire things were integrated through this idea of functional democracy, where freedom of speech and expression is there. And freedom of speech and expression can only be ensured when media is free. Without freedom of media, we cannot ensure freedom of speech and expression, and without freedom of speech and expression, certainly our democracy will be doomed. Further, I also discussed about the current crisis of India, like COVID-19 crisis, hunger, undernourishment, health infrastructure, poor education. These also are result of lack of media's basically activeness. They have become too much biased regarding various kind of issues they cover. So this is how I introduced my essay. Then I came to this part uh, to basically answer the various questions that I asked in brainstorming, that what is media. Then I talked about why there is an importance of media. Then I talked why media is biased in many ways, like biased in coverage of issues, real deprivation of people, marginalized classes and castes. I basically wrote in the essay that how media mainly focuses on Bollywood, gastronomy and middle and upper classes issues. Then I also told biased again against opposition party, not questioning the government, ideological biasness, paid news. So this is how I tried to brainstorm how media is biased in India. Then I talked about what is democracy in Indian democracy. That means public reasoning. In a democracy, functional democracy, there should be public reasoning, there should be civil liberties, there should be issues critical to India's development. So those things should be discussed. There should be economic and environmental freedom. Further, I talked about the theory of prevention of famine by Dr. Amartya Sen. Then I talked about accountability of government in handling crisis like situation. Further, I talked about what is democracy. I also talked about what is the basis of Indian democracy, where I talked about it's not an end but an important means of development as freedom. Then I talked about fundamental rights and directive principle of state policy like right to life, liberty, and then I told how biased media is a real threat to Indian democracy. If you understand what is biased media and if you understand Indian democracy, then you can easily correlate how it is a real threat. I told them that how lack of development when seen as freedom. Then I told them how lack of media's neutrality will lead to lack of fulfillment of fundamental rights and directive principle of state policy. Then I told them that because of biasness of media, there has been rise of extremism in both Kashmir, Northeast, as well as Central India. Further, I talked about why media is biased. Once I talked about that how it's a real threat to Indian democracy, then I talked about why media is biased. So in this questioning, I told them that because of state intimidation and censorship, advertising business, sponsors, paid news, unequal society, social media's inherent biasness. I also talked about social media. Then I talked about how to ensure neutrality of media, through which again I basically brainstorm certain solutions like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's educate, agitate and organize, decentralized media, increasing role of civil society, ethical journalism, public reasoning, role of opposition parties as well as educated, intelligent people. So this is how I used to brainstorm by asking different questions. Then I used to write separate part for introduction, conclusion, as well as examples and other theories. Then I used to basically brainstorm various answers of the question that I have already asked by exploring different dimensions. And once you have brainstormed, basically after brainstorming, you have to basically reorganize your ideas, that how are you going to write the answer, the essay topic. Thereafter, after reorganizing idea, I would start writing the essay in one go. So if you follow this basic approach, at least you can secure good marks. However, to get really good marks, practice as well as develop genuine style. In fact, what I have found through my experience, that though I used to basically brainstorm through this thing, but somehow my essay seemed very mechanical. There was no natural flow. Hence, I would suggest you that do not take anybody's words literally. Try to develop a natural flow in your essay. Then only you can secure good marks. However, even to develop such kind of natural flow, you have to brainstorm through asking various questions. Further, I will also be uploading the notes of my essay topics as well as several essays that I had written through my journey of preparation.
फ्रेंड्स, मैं बहुत सारे स्पेशल क्लासेस अनअकैडमी प्लेटफॉर्म पे लूँगा जो कि फ्री लाइव क्लास होगा, जिसमें मैं और भी इलेबोरेटली डिस्कस करूँगा अपनी प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटजी, जैसे कि द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर को किस तरीके से पढ़ा जाए और उससे प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एज वेल एज पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट के लिए किस तरीके से इंफॉर्मेशन निकाला जाए और समझा जाए। फर्दर मैं ऑल्सो डिस्कस करूँगा कि हाउ टू राइट आंसर्स इफेक्टिवली और किस तरीके से आप अच्छे से याद करें जो भी आपने नोट्स बना रखे हैं। तो इस टाइप से मैं डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस ऑफ प्रिपरेशन बहुत ज़्यादा इलेबोरेट तरीके से डिस्कस करूँगा इस स्पेशल क्लासेस में, और उसका कोड होगा PRA07। थैंक यू।